Yo, what is up, my people out there in the world? This your boy Hood. I'm chilling, I'm sipping, I'm back in my spot. I want to holler at y'all real quick about Joe Budden and Slaughterhouse, man. I gotta holler at y'all about this because I fuck with all those guys. I'm gonna keep it one Billy. I listen to Joel Ortiz, but I'm not a super fan of his music. Rest of them niggas, I fuck with them heavy. But, I want to talk about the situation that those guys find themselves in. And I might end up giving a little history about myself and my scenario, which is kind of correlated to those guys. I don't really talk about this situation much, but it might be relevant. So let's chat. Okay, so the boy, and like and subscribe and all that good shit, because I'm trying to pop this channel off. This your boy, Yusef Hood. This me in the flesh. Check my new movie out. It's on Amazon Prime right now. It's called Kill a Rapper. We got it on Amazon Prime, baby. I want to cry right now. Thank you, white folks. Y'all, it's such a good job. Y'all put me on Amazon Prime, man. I'm from the area, man. I'm from the hood, for real, man. I ain't like these other cats, man. I'm like literally from the hood, and I'm trying to stop it. Anyway, so backstory. They started Slaughterhouse, which is a group that Eminem wanted to put together. Eminem put four guys together. He told them I couldn't get y'all individual deals, so he gave a group. Y'all call yourself Slaughterhouse. They was like, gang. So I think like Royce came up with the name, or he heard the name and thought it should be a dope name. They did it. So he from Detroit with him. So they came up with the group name. So they had a song. They did an album. It came out. People fucks with it heavy. They made more than one album. I didn't follow their whole career. Since the last time they were signed to Eminem's record, Shady Records. So it took them 10 years to get off of that deal. They was locked into the deal, so they had to get so many albums. But Joe Budden, which is a rapper in the group, because it was Joe Budden, Joel Ortiz, Crooked, and uh, Crooked is from L.A. Joe Budden is from New Jersey. Joel Ortiz is in the group. He's from New York, and Royce the 5'9" is from Detroit. So all these cats is in the group. So they doing their thing. They fuck with each other. They doing the music. They not really homies, but they know each other as rappers. So they doing their thing. They come together. They make the music. So all of them got equal rights into this name. So Slaughterhouse is a name that they're gonna have a trademark, and all four of them are gonna own 25% of it. So anyway, Joe Budden is a rapper in the group, but he want more money, and his personal life is blowing up. Which as anybody else know, Joe Budden is one of the biggest. He is the biggest black podcaster in the world right now. It's 2022 in February, so he is today. Ain't no black podcaster bigger than Joe Budden. So that's what it is right now today. So he ain't trying to really do the music with them cats no more because he want more money. He asking the company, blah blah blah. They having beefs at the company, which is the company that run it, Shady Records. So they ain't really trying to do no deals with Joe Budden. So he basically come to the guys and say, "I'm retiring. I'm not making no more music." That's what it was. So it took 10 years for the contract with Shady Records to end, which right after the pandemic, when a few days ago they dropped them off in 2021. They let them out. Like, all right, y'all out the contract. Pandemic must have mixed to say, okay, you know what, fuck that, kick them off our roster. So now they off the contract with Shady Records. So now it's been a year and a half. And other guys in the group, which is Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye from LA, they like, yo, when y'all going to make some more music? Hey, Joe Budden, Crooked Eye coming to the group, and he got a gang of contract deals he run into in the world. He coming in like, yo, nigga, why don't you do some more music with us and do some shit and get into the mix again? Joe Budden like, he want to look at the contracts, but he not really calling him up heavy to look at the contracts. So dude, like, look, he called the rest of the group members, and you'll probably do this in your own life, yo. You want to be in this motherfucking group with this nigga because he ain't hitting me back. It don't seem like he trying to fuck with us. And everybody else like, we should fuck with him, man. Just hold out, man. You going crazy. He like, nah, I ain't going crazy. This nigga ain't letting us know if he want to be in the group no more. Fuck you mean? And he like, Royce is telling everybody like, chill out, man. Give him time to think. And the other group members, Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye, they like, bro, it's been 10 years. The fuck you mean? Get this nigga more time. Don't seem like he want to make music with us. He said he retired. Let's just do our own thing. And Joe, Crooked Eye, I'm sorry, Rusty 5'9", he say, no, I ain't down. I ain't doing the shit if Joe Bud not in it. So they like, what? Okay, bet. So now it's just Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz. So they come together. They say, yo, Let's do a Slaughterhouse album and talk about what we've been dealing with for the last 10 years. And we drop our own album and we use the trademark and we go into the game. So then they get on the internet recently and they all kind of not really on, they all kind of not as tight as they should be, but they all kind of like talking to each other like, yo, beef kick off Joel Ortiz and Joe Budden. Joel Ortiz, like, I've been asking you, I've been coming at you. Why ain't you let me know if you want to fucking be in this album and do the group thing? You just keep living your life and getting more money while I'm sitting on the sideline trying to make money. That's my hustle. Slaughterhouse is my hustle. So if you ain't trying to do it, I'm trying to do it. And so he jumped in the game and he does the hustle without Joe Budden and Royce the 5'9". And so Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz got an album that's dropping probably out right now. It's like the rise and fall of Slaughterhouse. So they mad at them. They like, y'all bogus because basically you using the trademark. If you using the trademark, then that means I'm supposed to get a cut out of whatever the fuck you two niggas do. But Joe Budden is like, I'm rich. I don't need no money from you niggas. And Royce is like, I'm rocking with Joe because I just my nigga. That's who I fuck with. And I fuck with y'all too, but I'm kind of not rocking with what y'all doing. I'm rocking with Joe on this. So they split down in the middle of the group. But the album's coming out and the album's dropping. And if you're a Slaughterhouse fan, you should go check it out because you know them two niggas can rap just like the rest of the group. So as they sit there and debate this situation, they get into a beef with each other. Joel Ortiz and the homie Joe Budden, they get into the suck my dick, fuck you bitch ass nigga type shit because they arguing. Joe Budden feeling like, why y'all bother me with that shit? I don't feel like dealing with this, and if I do, I'm gonna be the boss because I'm rich and you niggas is regular niggas. And they basically like, we ain't gotta be regular niggas. We gonna spearhead our own thing. Fuck you. You can't lead us. You lead what the fuck you got going, but you can't lead me, nigga. And that's what it is. So make a long story short, that's what popped off in a group. And I want to know what y'all think, man. Who you think is right in this position? Is it Joel and Crooked Eye because it took 10 years for them to actually put this thing into effect? And should they sit on the sideline and let Joe Budden tell them when it's a good time to make music? Or should they go on their own? With Joe Budden and Royce bogus. Because they sat up there and don't understand why the trademark is being used and they not getting a cut. And maybe you niggas want to go off and do your own thing. Maybe we don't have to agree. You grown men. But I'm supposed to get a cut off that trademark because anything that trademark do come back to me. I'm the owner of it. I get 25% of what it does. And if y'all doing something that don't cut me in it, then you breaching the trademark agreement, and that's bogus. And let me cut into my own story now. I did a documentary, almost 20 years ago now, called Steak to the Lake. This was a short, a two-part documentary, a one-part documentary at the time that I was shooting with my buddies in my old neighborhood. Ultimately, we stopped making it. We made the first one, and it was very successful. I decided to move on to different films because as a filmmaker, I wanted to do other films. My buddy who helped me produce it, he wanted to continue to make that brand, but he basically took my name off of the future projects and just did it on his own. And that tore a rift between us, even though this is my road dog from when we were children, it was my homie. It tore a rift between us because I was like, damn, you kind of run off with the name and you ain't put my name in it. Like, what the fuck you doing? And as an early on artist at the time, being an artist early into the game, at that time, I couldn't understand what the fuck was going on. Like, why would he do it? I did understand about taking care of your family and making money. But my pride or my heart at the time, I couldn't come to terms with that being the reality, because I was so eager to be like, yo, okay, that one's done, put it in the can, let's move on. And my buddy was like, no, this is the route. Let's just keep doing this. And I couldn't capture that. So as two grown men, we came to agreement to where it was almost like, obviously, he continue to do what he was going to do. And I just move on and continue to make projects I did. And that's what I did. And it was almost like, damn, but it kind of ripped us apart as brothers because we didn't really kick it no more. We didn't hang out and do our projects and shit like we was doing at that point. And you just gotta accept things. And it's the funny thing about that, and I always never really put this out to the world. Dame Dash and Jay-Z was breaking up at the same time that I was dealing with this with me and my bro, that we was making this film. And it was like, I was so crazy because, you talking about a big, gigantic Jay-Z and Dame Dash, and then a little video of us who was just making this situation. And the documentary came out, and I just had to grow up a little bit over that whole scenario because I just didn't understand how that could happen. But ultimately, when you see it playing out at a larger scale with these guys, now I can see it from both perspectives, my buddy perspective and my perspective, Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye perspective, and Royce and Joe Budden perspective. It's like Royce and Joe Budden should, in my opinion now, should not feel bogus that those guys are trying to use the trademark and trying to use the music to make money from, because they have a family, they got a life to live, they got to go take care of themselves. Maybe you don't need the money, maybe it's not your direct dollar, but you can't be mad at the other guy for it being that for him. And in the other perspective, those guys should not be mad that the trademark is going to be used and those guys aren't going to make no money from it. And out of respect to them, out of a brotherhood, they should say, yo, this is the money that was made and we gave y'all a cut from it. But that will open up the window of them saying, yo, I want to fucking go in there and break down how much the shit was sold, how the money came in. Hey, could you get my beer out that freezer for me, the bottom freezer? Thank you. So this is what you can just put on the table in there. I just want to break that down and show you that both sides are not wrong, but both sides need to probably understand the other person's perspective. But those guys did put the album out, The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse, and I want y'all to see that. You got to check that out. My movie was called Stay to the Lake. It came out in 2003, 2004. It's almost been 20 years now. And that's why I can understand this perspective on this. I want y'all to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Slaughterhouse position that they's going through. Who are you rocking with? Are you going to listen to the music? And follow and like and subscribe. And definitely check my new movie out. It's on Amazon Prime right this second. You can put my name, which is the name of this channel, Yusef Hood, in there. Or you can put the movie Kill a Rapper, K-I-L-L-A Rapper. I made the movie after hearing a song from the rapper KRS-One. So if you put Kill a Rapper in YouTube, you'll hear the song that inspired me to make the movie. That's that. This your boy. I'm signing out. Holla.